Hello, everyone. You are welcome to Anchor Network, where you get reliable and authentic news that are so crucial to you. I say big thank you to everyone who has been part of this channel and who has taken time to subscribe. And if you are yet to subscribe, I say please click the red subscribe button and also the bell icon. The bell icon will allow you to get notified anytime we publish any news. Experts cautions Buhari against planned devaluation of Naira. President Muhammadu Buhari has been advised to prevail on the Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN) against devaluing the nation's currency, the Naira, to avoid complicating the current economic challenges facing Nigeria. The advice is coming on the heels of plans by the CBN to devalue the nation's currency by the first quarter of 2020. The Apex Bank has begun sensitization of stakeholders, including members of the Manufacturers Association of Nigeria and Nigerian Association of Chambers and Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture, ahead of the exercise. Renowned journalist and author Michael Owoko, who gave this advice in an open letter to President Muhammadu Buhari, said devaluation will not boost exports, reduce trade imbalance and possibly scale down the country's debts, as those pushing for devaluation will want the country to believe. He said the country's imports are far more in excess of exports, and so Nigeria has no enough exports that can effectively compete in the global market. Thus, devaluation will lead to pains and misery for Nigerians. Devaluation will surely cause the misery index to rise. Figures from the National Bureau of Statistics (NBS) do not inspire hope, as unemployment and inflation have continued to rise. Unfortunately, unemployment and inflation are two toxic factors that are responsible for anger in the land, and in some cases, uncontrolled anger among citizens of this country have led to suicide, relocation to foreign lands, even to take up menial jobs, banditry, prostitution, and other social vices that have contributed to general insecurity, he said. Owoko added, not many companies and organizations in Nigeria today are able to fulfill their wages and salaries obligations to help employees as at and when due. This is the trend in almost all the sectors of the economy, and it is a reflection of the state of the economy, while making the problem complex through devaluation. He, however, advised the president to promote policies that will boost exports in the country and the economy, and strive to ensure his administration provides the greatest happiness of the greatest number of citizens, rather than hopelessness and frustration. Honestly, where are we going in this country? You can imagine this same thing happened in 2016, and they were talking, a lot of people, they would call themselves experts, they would call themselves this and that they are knowledgeable in economics, they are not knowledgeable in how the country is being run, they know all of that, calling that time that they should devalue the Naira, they should devalue the Naira. But technically, they devalued it. A lot of people said, no, don't do this, don't do this, it's going to affect, it's not going to change everything, it's not just going to make things go worse. A lot of policies that this present administration brought in that time, they put in place, it's not working. A lot of them, let me just use the layman word, scattered everything, made everything to go worse. That is what we are still fighting now. And from 200 Naira or 190 to a dollar, now technically went as far as a 350, 360 today. So what have we gained from all of those things, from that devaluation? We don't even know who is who. Then the president was trying to say it was a CBN that was bringing that suggestion, and people are encouraging that he didn't believe in devaluation. We don't even know how they managed the whole thing and everything. Technically, they are not even saying whether they did it officially, but it was devalued technically. And that is why everything is so expensive. Nobody can buy anything. Now they are coming again to devalue again. To devalue what? What are we producing? Just like Owoko has said, advise them that we are not producing anything. What are we exporting? Our export should be more than what we are importing. That in that case, then you can say you want to devalue. I don't just know even the people that are even manning this operation at the affair of this our currency and this financial institution. Is that what the CBN is saying? And now they say they have been calling the stakeholders, different groups, so that they will prepare their mind, towards 2020. Are we going to survive it? We've been devaluing our money right from time immemorial, and yet nothing has changed. It will just end up making food to be more expensive. What are we producing? What are we really going to get in return if we devalue it so that people will come in? Now, that was the same rhetoric they sang then, that if you devalue it, then people will be coming, other foreigners, investors will be coming to Nigeria, because it will help them, and as a result, the investment it will attract investment, because they will have more money to come and invest, and invariably, anyhow you want to look at it, we are still going to get. But at the end of the day, how many companies, because of that, how many companies left? How many companies? A lot of companies left. When you talk of ease of doing business, it's zero. Now a lot of people are moving from the north to the south, because even the agricultural sector that we are supposed to be upholding, that we are supposed to be that's supposed to be on top of the game in this country, we are only focusing on oil because it's a quick money, is a fast money. Nobody wants to think through. Most of the government officials, they are not ready to think through. They are just ready to get free money because the oil is there. You just export it, and they get the money and they share the money. When you talk of agricultural produce and products for people to go in that sector, for people to go in, what do we see? The environment is not even conducive for people. In North, you know that agriculture, is something that people can really put their hand on. But are they really getting the incentives? Are they really getting everything that needs to be put in place for them to thrive, or to move on, or to do better in that sector? No. See the killing, insecurity all over the place. The farmers can no longer go to farm. At least that's the area they would have boosted more. But even if you are pumping money to farmers or to agricultural produce, or for farmers to be able to get loans and what have you, what of the environment? A lot of people are running. We could see that those young ones that are supposed to even go into farming, mechanized farming, build it up to a stage or to the level at which people will want to go into it. Because a lot of people just believe that when you say you are a farmer, it's just a kind of a degrade you, which is not supposed to be. Because when you talk of farming, you are eating, and all those food that you are eating, they are coming from those agricultural produce. So they need to make it, a kind of a business that is that will encourage people to go in. Now you want to devalue the naira, planning to devalue the naira. So what are we going to gain? What have we gained all this while when you have been devaluing it? Not quite long, 2016, it was devalued. So what have we gained from there? What have we learned from there? 3 years down the line, we are still struggling. Now you are still proposing, planning. It's like these people that are doing all of these things, or they are suggesting this, they are gaining one or two things, and they are running a kind of business with it. We know how a lot of people suffered. A lot of policies that were put in place. At the end of the day, everybody keeps suffering. I hope they will listen to this man. Whether they listen to him or some other person talks about it, how is it going to affect ordinary man on the street? That is what we are talking about. The one you devalued, how has it helped us? In what way? In what manner? They don't feel anything. They are overfed to the extent of vomiting. When you're overfed, you'll be vomiting. Of course, you will not be hungry. You will not even think of anything because you have it in abundance. I mean, our leaders, what they take home every month is something, even those that are in the developed country, those leaders in the developed countries, they cannot even boast of what our leaders are getting, they're taking home every month. That's why they are not ready to serve. They are just there for business. And that's why they can do bring all manner of policy that will be unfavorable to the masses. You can imagine when they were talking about the subsidy of a thing. They said, no, they should not remove the subsidy. They shouldn't remove the subsidy that is going to affect the masses. And meanwhile, it's helping those people doing business at that higher level, those dealers, those oil dealers, at the end of the day, what happened? We are still facing the same problem. If they remove it, if we know that we are going to be buying a fuel at 500 naira, 400 naira, so be it. But as they say, they are subsidizing, they are still subsidizing the fuel, and at the end of the day, we are still suffering. Now they've tactically increased it to 145. A lot of people are even buying, in some quarters they are buying in it for 200, 180. So what are we talking about? And meanwhile, some guys are eating so fat as far as this subsidy is concerned. So guys, that is just my own opinion. I don't know what you think about this devaluation of Naira again. How you think it's going to help us in the first place? In my own opinion, it's never helped us, because just like 3 years ago, how many years ago, they devalued it, and yet what have we gained? What are we experiencing? You see, we are still living in penury. Everything is just still difficult. But these guys are not, they are not feeling it. They are getting richer and we are getting poorer. That is the situation on ground. But if you think it's going to be okay, we would like to hear from you. Please put down your comments in the comment section. Thank you very much. Bye.